Okay, so as we decided in the last video, we will try to make a relation between the statistical mechanics and thermodynamics. So a relation So this is A. Now how do we do that? So basically, as I told you in the last video, this kind of a relation is very critical, and this was originally being suggested by none other than the Boltzmann. So that was his suggestion, and so in order to do this, we imagine two systems. Okay, say A1 and A2. Right? Let this be in touch with each other. So there are two systems, A1 and A2, and we have N1 V1 in the system A1 and N2 V2, right? Why NV? Because that is the thermodynamic, the macroscopic parameters, right? So N1 V1 and N2 V2 in system A2. And the condition is that we don't allow exchange of particles between A1 and A2. And this wall over here does not move either. So this is really static. So therefore, we have a fixed N1 and fixed V1, N2, V2. But this wall does allow for temperature to be exchanged. So this wall does allow the temperature to be exchanged. So this temperature exchange will happen as long as you achieve a energy E1 in the cube A1 and an energy E2 in the system A2. Okay, so the stage is set. Hope you understood that. Now, so once you achieved E1 and E2, the temperature will not be exchanged. So that is the idea. So I can summarize it as A1 has, so here we are considering two systems A1 and A2. They are separated by a rigid wall. Rigid means not exchanging, not allowing exchange of particles, or the wall is really fixed. So A1 can be represented by N1 V1 E1 and A2 by N2 V2 E2. Okay. Now, what happens is that this will the system stay forever like that? What do you think? The answer is that any system left to itself will go on to achieve some kind of an equilibrium, right? So let the equilibrium state in this cases be E1 bar and E2 bar. So E1 bar for the system A1 and the E2 bar for the system A2. So these are the equilibrium states. So in the sidelines, I would tell that this equilibrium state will be decided by whom? You have already the answer for that. So this that will be indeed decided by the that kind of macro state with maximum microstate. So that is the criteria. So it will, this N1 E1, N1 V1 E1 bar, N2 V2 E2 bar will reach to such a state so that it achieves it reaches the equilibrium state. Now what? Now we told about some kind of a counting of the microstates, right? Because we are talking about the equilibrium state. Now, how do we represent the count of microstate? What was the notation which we were using? We utilized the term omega, right? For the A1, I use omega 1. So omega 1 E1 and omega 2 E2, they are the initial number of microstates. For the system A1 and A2. And after this achieving of equilibrium, let's assume that the system moves into an equilibrium state omega 0 E1 E2, right? So omega 1 E1 are the omega 1 E1 and omega 2 E2 are the initial number of microstates. Now after equilibrium, it can be represented by omega 0 E1 E2, right? So I can write the omega 0 E1 E2. So what is this omega? And this is one thing which you should take away from your statistics course or statistics, whatever you learned from your BSc. So this count, as we call, it is for a theoretical concept. This count is having the equal footing as that of a probability, right? The higher the number, the higher the probability, right? Then we told it in one of our previous videos. Higher the omega, higher the probability. So in a way, I can tell that this omega is a number, and at the same time it's a probability. So all the rules which applies for the probabilities can be applied over here also. So I can write omega 0 E1 E2 is equal to omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E2. Why? Because according to statistics, if there are two events, say A1 and A2, they are two events. If there are two events and their probabilities are PA1 and PA2, then I can write as the P of A1, A2 can be written as PA1 into PA2. So this is something which we take from the normal statistics. So omega 0 E1 E2 is equal to omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E2. Applying this identity of the statistics. Now, I can write down that relation as, right, this is the relation. P of A1 A2 is equal to, sorry, the omega 0 E1 E2 is equal to omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E2. And I mark this as equation 1. So based on this, I can write this as equal to omega 1 E1 into omega E0 minus E1. Why? Because E0 is equal to E1 plus E2. Okay, and that will be a constant also, right? Because that's one thing which I forgot to tell you. This whole A1 A2 system, which is partitioned by a wall, does not allow any even the temperature to outside the system. So therefore, the energy inside this the A1 plus A2 system is constant. So that is one basic assumption. So therefore, E0 is equal to E1 plus E2, which is a constant, and therefore instead of E2 in this expression omega 2 E2, I can write it as omega 1 E1 into omega 2 E0 minus E1. Okay. Okay. The rest next, in order to control the size of the videos, we will stop now and we will continue in the next video.